Hey everyone, how are we all doing? Okay, so before we get started, everything I say in this video is my opinion, mine alone. Please feel free to do your own research, come to your own conclusions. Please do not attack or harass anyone mentioned in this video. Okay, so before we get into this, there's a couple of things I want to say. Attacks on the extended family will not be tolerated in my comments. From what I can gather, Ruby cut off her family after her and her husband took a break, parted, wherever they are. And they said they've been trying to do things for the last 3 years. I wouldn't want to be in the family situation. I wouldn't want to be in their shoes. And that's just being honest. This is a really difficult situation to talk on. And I'm going to be honest, this has broken me a little inside. To hear about what these children have been going through. I do not watch family channels. I don't need to watch other people's children growing up. I have my own. And my own are enough to take up a lot of my time. I do not think that all family channels are bad. I do believe that they found a way to give their kids a life that they could never have given them before. So I kind of give them a little bit of grace there. Maybe too much, I don't know. But when you've tried everything to give your kids a life that maybe you didn't have, and you find something like YouTube, it is an easy road to go down. Get trapped down. We've seen people give up their children for YouTube. And that's all I got to say on that matter. But when you go down this road and you are getting everything you've ever dreamed of, how do you stop? How do you look at it and go, this is too much? This is the lives of our children being destroyed. Now, before we get into everything that's been done to these children, because there's a lot, there's something else I want to talk about, because something that I have not seen anybody talking about is the Turpin family. Now, on January 14th, 2018, Jordan Turpin escaped from her house with a disconnected mobile phone. The only connection she could get on that phone was 911. She contacted the police with the best of her abilities because she was severely delayed in her knowledge of the world, and I don't know how else to put that. Don't get me wrong, she is such a beautiful young girl who went through so damn much. But she saved her siblings, just like this little boy did. The Turpin family were also Mormons. So it makes me wonder why everybody is comparing Ruby to pretty much any mother they possibly can, apart from the Turpin family. They had several children who they were tying up, keeping locked up, not feeding properly. There was a 29-year-old who the police thought was about 12 because of how emaciated and malnourished that she was. Absolutely heartbreaking. And watching this unfold is possibly one of the hardest things I've watched. Over the past 4 to 5 days, I have watched video after video, after clip after clip after clip of disgusting things this these parents, because Kevin is not off the hook. He's also responsible for some of the actions where he and Ruby took away the children's Christmas, the youngest two's Christmas, to make them repent. He was there when she took a stuffed toy and said, if you cut anything up in this house, I'm going to cut the head off your favourite toy. That was a baby. That little girl went to school and didn't take lunch. When the teacher contacted Ruby, she was pretty much just told to leave her be hungry. It's her own fault. My son is 8 years of age. He is a very, very, very picky eater. So on the days that he doesn't like the food, he takes a packed lunch. But I don't expect him to make that packed lunch. His bag would be empty and he'd say he was in there. Because that's what children do. Her oldest son played a prank on his brother. Woke him up at 2 a.m. Told him they were going to Disneyland and that he needed to pack this stuff and tidy his bed to go. So because of this, he was made to sleep on a beanbag in the family room. Because of his behaviour, he was sent to a behaviour camp, a wilderness camp. Now, if you want to know anything about these camps for misbehaving teens, children, whatever you want to call it, if you haven't already, go watch This Is Paris. I'll link it down in the description. She talks about how bad these places are. No child should ever be sent to these places. Paris was ripped out of her bed in the middle of the night. She had no idea. She thought she was being kidnapped, and her parents stood back and watched. Now, years later, they regret doing this to her. Too little, too late. It caused Paris a lot of harm, even to this day. She's spoken on not being able to sleep. Minimum amount of sleep, barely. So to put a child through that is absolute torture. I don't know how anybody does it. Now, Ruby's friend had a counselling licence, which was revoked from her at one point for a short amount of time. I'm not altogether sure of what the story on that is completely, but it is said that she tried to split families up, cause people to get divorced. These are not good people. YouTube has spoken to the insider and they said they took 2 channels down. Ruby's 8 passengers, but that was taken down a month ago, so I don't know how they took it down. Either it was taken down a month ago or it was hidden a month ago. Either way. But they also said that they took down Jodie's channel, Connections, which Jodie and Ruby ran together. The youngest boy had to climb out of a window, go to a neighbour's and ask for food. Now it is believed that the neighbour he went to was a neighbour who had given them cookies in summer. So thankfully he felt he was safe enough to go there. Right now, as I see it, there are 6 charges against both of them. A combination of multiple and physical injuries and or torture, starving, malnutrition that jeopardizes life, and causing severe emotional harm. The county attorney said in a statement shared with Insider, each count carries a possible prison sentence of 1 to 15 years and fine of up to 10,000. Doesn't seem enough, does it? Some of the neighbours spoke out, which was extremely brave of them, and said they were surprised that people weren't coming out of there with body bags. So you can only imagine what the neighbours have seen and heard. I wouldn't want to live near them. The neighbours said for a long time now they've been trying to get CPS and the courts to do something about it. But each time it just went on deaf ears. Kevin has spoken through his lawyer and said that he is trying to keep his children together and so that he can give them his fatherly love. I could sit here and call Kevin everything under the sun right now. But it seems to me that the abuse got worse after Kevin left. So I'm going to give a little bit of leeway there. Until we have any more information, that is. This one makes my heart hurt so badly. These children deserve more. Ruby's oldest daughter put a post out after the arrest happened. Thank God someone is listening. We've been trying for years. I can't even begin to imagine how she's feeling right now. How the oldest boy is feeling right now, or the other 4 who are in foster care, I believe. There is a court date set for the 8th, which is three days' time. If it is online and I can stream it, I will. If not, I will just have to come with any information I can get. I don't understand how anybody could treat their children this way. She has such beautiful children, who she's destroyed the relationship with. To watch her threaten to cut her child's favourite toy in half. To watch her tell her child's teacher she won't take her lunch. Talk about taking away her son's bedroom over a prank. All kids do it. All kids. Even I did. It's what we do. It's what children do. I hope that wherever those children are tonight, that they have a warm meal in their tummy, and loving arms wrapped around them. Because no child should ever go through this. It makes me so sick. I've been waiting to get as much information as possible before making 1 to 10 videos on it every day, because I do not like to linger around situations like this, because it is extremely distressing towards myself, and I can imagine to a lot of you too. I'm not going to ask you to like this video, but I will ask you is to leave a comment. What do you think is going to come of this? Do you think it's going to keep going, or is it going to be stopped finally? Do you think Kevin should have those children back? I don't. I honestly don't. Things were bad enough when Kevin was there. They got worse after he left or was kicked out or whatever it was. Neither of them should be allowed around children. None of them. Jody, Ruby or Kevin. They should not be in charge of taking care of minors. And I really, really hope that wherever those kids are tonight, they are happy and they're safe. They have a very long road to get ahead of them. A very long road. And I can't even imagine where they're going to start or begin. My heart goes out to them. Anyway, I'm going to end this video here. And I shall talk to you all soon. Hold your kids a little bit tighter tonight before you tuck them into bed, because I know I did. Make sure the last thing you say to them is the fact you love them. Because children need to know that. They need to be reassured of that. Good night all.